welcome to Food is Fuel episode 3. This video is a little bit of a follow-up to a video I posted on my Instagram last week where I gave a philosophical and a logical perspective on dieting. Today I want to give more of a scientific and a little bit of an economic perspective of some diet shakes, and one of them in particular. And the main reason I want to do that is I love math, I love science, I love exercising, and I really love food, and I hate seeing people waste money on things. And when I was researching for this, I saw that we spend an obscene amount of, well, not we, but in the US, they spend a huge amount of money on the weight loss market, on products, pills, powders, shakes, and yet they still have a massive problem with obesity and overweight. So I guess that to start, I want to ask you, do you think that if it were possible to lose all this weight by just taking these shakes, would there be any overweight people? If it was that easy, would there be an obesity problem that we have today? So I want to talk about fat blasting. In particular, I want to talk about the Ultimate Indulgence Fat Blaster Shake. Here it is here. Whoops. It's a diet shake that will help control hunger, reduce body fat, burn fat. So I drank one of these in my previous video. I wasn't a big fan on the taste, but I've been told some of the other flavors are better. Now, I had to take this from someone. I couldn't actually buy it. It's all sold out in the stores near me. I guess that just shows how popular these products are, and I'm not sure it's sold out because of the taste. So what is a fat blaster? When I hear of that, I get pictures of little soldiers running around with guns, blasting all the fat cells in your body into oblivion. But how does it actually work? So when you look at the ingredients of this shake, it's primarily skim milk powder. There's some added protein to it. There's vitamins and minerals. And then the main fat blasters, if you will, are green coffee bean extract. There's 133 milligrams. And green tea extract, there's 11 milligrams in it. And so basically, as a meal replacement shake, how does this work? They're trying to push it as twofold. That one, there's less calories in it than a regular meal. So if you substitute your meals with these, you're going to be consuming less calories. So you might start using more of your stored energy as fat. And also the fat blasters or fat burners will rev up your metabolism and burn away all this extra fat faster. And that sounds good in practice. That sounds amazing. But what does the actual science say? So there's this website. I would recommend all of you check it out if you're ever considering taking a new product or a new supplement. And it summarizes the scientific evidence. It gives you links to the papers so you can really dig into it. And then you can also search for more papers yourself. So in terms of what does the science say, there's not a lot of good evidence supporting green coffee bean and green tea extract as fat blasters, or thermogenics as they're referred to, which is just a substance that raises your body's core temperature so you expend more energy to maintain that temperature. But there is evidence that caffeine does increase your metabolism. But when I actually dig into those studies, one thing to watch out for is you've really got to be careful on the magnitude of the results. A lot of these papers will say there was a significant increase or a statistically significant. And what that means is it's not likely to have happened by chance. It doesn't actually refer to the magnitude. There was one study I looked at that they claimed a significant reduction in body fat in participants. And then when you looked into it, it was an extra, I think, 2 to 3 kilograms over 2 to 3 years. So is that significant? I mean, if you're wanting to lose weight fast, having to wait 2 to 3 years, that's not really going to help you much. And if you're wanting to lose a lot of weight, 2 to 3 kilograms might not even be noticeable. So basically, the main active ingredient, if you will, the one that does stand some benefit in this would be the caffeine. And then if I want to just quickly touch on the green tea extract, I did find some studies that indicated increased risk of liver damage if taken in large doses. So I'm not going to encourage this in any way. All I will say is when I was looking at this product, you can get doses of it in a tablet form at about 650 milligrams. You can get it up to 1,000 milligrams. And some of the studies start showing that at that level, there are, I guess, potential to be little results. But then I just want to remind you, there's only 11 milligrams in the Fat Blaster shake, so you're not getting a lot. So we'll jump ahead to the green coffee bean extract. And again, because there wasn't a lot of science supporting all of the other things in the green coffee bean extract, I was like, well, let's see how much caffeine do I get for that 133 milligrams of green coffee bean extract. So I found a research paper that took a variety of different green coffee bean extract blends and sort of did a whole bunch of scientific analysis to estimate the amount of caffeine in each of them. And then once I had that, I did some converting to find out of the 133 milligrams in the Fat Blaster, how much caffeine am I actually getting for that? And what I found was really quite staggering. There's about the same amount as a quarter of a cup of instant coffee and about 10% of the caffeine content you would get of a single shot of espresso. So just like the green tea extract, you're not getting a lot. And when you look at the studies for caffeine as a weight loss supplement, the dosages they're taking are in the hundreds of milligrams. And here we're getting like 7, I think. So it's, again, not a big deal. So that's what the science says. What does the math say? So I had recalling that the majority of this product, which we paid $2.43 a serve for, is skim milk powder. I decided to just look at, well, if I were to buy skim milk powder, how much would that cost? And it is cheap as chips. So again, what we're paying for in this Fat Blaster shake is we're paying for this green tea extract and this green coffee bean extract, of which we're getting such a small dosage, and of which the only real benefit that can be supported by evidence is the caffeine. So that got me thinking. I was like, we're going to do something better. So I was in Aldi the other day. They have 1.5 kilogram tins of Milo. Where were those when I was a kid? So I'm like, let's not forget it initially. I was like, well, let's substitute the Fat Blaster shake with Milo. And the Milo is a whole bunch cheaper per serve. It's like slightly more calories per serve, but it's going to be negligible. So we put that to the side. And then I'm like, well, let's add some caffeine in there. Not necessarily for any fat burning properties because it's pretty, low magnitude, but I like coffee and I really like the taste of this caramel Moccona coffee. It is absolutely delightful. So I, did some more math on serving sizes and costs, and I figured out that if I were to take the Milo and then take the Moccona instant dried coffee and put them together, I could get something that would be a third of the price of the Fat Blaster shake. I'm willing to guarantee it is going to be much more tasty. Maybe not the coffee and the Milo together, but you can take them separately, and the energy content is effectively the same. And that's going to have the same sort of impact. It is going to be a sort of a low-calorie alternative for a meal. And then just to summarize, well, to take all that in, what are the main points? What does Rob say? The first thing I would say is always look at the math and science. And never trust what it says on the label, because the people who design these products, the people who market, the people who sell these products, they don't care about your weight loss at all. They care about selling products, and they'll say whatever they need to say to get you to buy that. And then probably the two most important points that I really want to get across is eat what makes you happy. When I tried this Fat Blaster shake, I absolutely hated it. Brought me no happiness, but a nice cup of Milo with a hint of caramel coffee through it, that is just absolutely amazing. And then if you take one thing away from this, it would be that it is possible to lose weight. It is possible for you to keep it off without buying expensive products and expensive supplements.